Hello and welcome to this episode of Al's Garage. Today we're looking at locking hubs, and specifically Dualmatic locking hubs. Great question is, why were locking hubs installed in some of these four-wheel drive vehicles of the 1940s like Willys MBs, Ford GPWs, vintage station wagons? What was this done in the first place? So a couple benefits to having this locking hub configuration. It's funny, they call them locking hubs, but what they should have called them was freeing hubs, because what they actually did is they took your hub unit, and instead of moving with all of the driveline components, it actually freed it so that the only thing turning was your wheel and your hub, independent of the ring and pinion gear and the front drive shaft. So without that, your wheels would go down the road, and that would cause the gears inside the front differential and your front drive shaft to just turn, just because of the movement of the vehicle, which was really a waste of movement, and it caused resistance. It decreased your fuel economy, which, I get it, it's a four-wheel drive 40s military vehicle, but over a long time that can make a difference. And then it caused unnecessary wear on some of these parts. So having a locking hub that's allowing the parts to not move certainly worked as an advantage in multiple ways. So right now this hub has two levers. What they do is they pop out, they turn 180 degrees, and they pop back in, and that goes from lock to free. So right now they can't even move just because of the resistance. It's kind of gummed up, it's old. So we're going to take them apart, clean all the movement points, get all the junk out, and then put this thing back and make sure that it is working functionally. So let's get started. Okay, we're working on our next wheel. We're about to put the hub on. I wanted to point out something kind of interesting. On worn hubs, at least the ones that were on my Jeep I restored, you have to cut the threaded part off of the end of the axle shaft, which is this piece right here. And with the Dualmatic hubs, you don't have to mess up your your axle shaft, which is nice. So if you ever have one of these Dualmatic hubs, it's nice that you can be able to go back to the original configuration if you want. So let's keep putting this one on. I'm gonna just do this quick off camera, and then we'll test this out. It might be kind of a fun thing. Alright, we're going to test out the operation of these locking hubs. First, we're looking at our transfer case, making sure that's set right. And as a refresher, the front axle engage disengages on the left side. Low range, neutral, high range is on the right side. So let's take our right stick and go low, neutral, high. And then our four-wheel drive front axle will engage that and make sure that each hub is in the lock position. So doing that should essentially be working four-wheel drive. I'm going to test that with the vehicle on blocks. You can see that as I move the drive shaft, both the rear wheel and the front wheel turn, indicating that the four-wheel drive is properly moving. And there you can see the front drive shaft moving as well, obviously bringing the power to the front axle and out to the wheels. So from here, I'm changing the hubs from lock to free on both sides. So what I should see is, with everything else the same, everything should move as it did before, except the wheels. Those front wheels should not move, but the front drive shaft and the rear drive shaft should. So just going through and changing these hubs from lock to free. That one side, I think I might go back in there and grease that a little, but shouldn't be a big deal to get that working a little bit better. And with my hubs set to free, I'm turning the drive shaft again. Setting the hubs to free was the only thing I changed, and you can see that now the front wheels don't turn, even though the front differential and the front ring and pinion turn, because that's still engaged. So a successful test. Well, that wraps things up for this video on the Dualmatic locking hub and locking hubs in general. I hope this was educational for you. If you have one of these and I'm not sure how to work it, hopefully this was helpful. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.